What if we could spot the key areas in a trend? What if one single line could show you a potential point where the price might return to in the future? It is not a moving average. It is also not an oscillator. It is actually an indicator. You might hear about it every single day. I have used this indicator on many assets. I have tested it on Bitcoin, the US stock market, and gold. And I have found it provides useful signals regarding potential market direction in the future. So this is not just a simple curve. In a few minutes, you will understand why. This indicator I'm about to show you forms a sharp curve at the end of a trend. This sharp curve looks like an inverted V-shape and provides an extremely valuable insight. It is actually where the candles might return in the future. So if you identify it with a flat line, then that specific line or price level is where the candles might head back to with a high possibility. So at some point, we can look to open a long trade towards that line. The cool thing is, most of the times, candles seem to pause around that line and reverse in other direction. We can also have an opposite appearance, a normal V-shape, which is also a potential point candles might return with a very high possibility. Again, I identify the shape with a line, and that line could act as a strong magnet and draw the candles back down towards the V-shape. Again, we can look to open a trade and aim to ride the downtrend to that V-shape. First time hearing about this, right? I know it might sound a little weird, but honestly, this trading indicator can actually provide valuable price targets. So you have to listen to all I say in the next few minutes, because this can change your view of the markets. Time to bring this unique indicator onto our charts. It is actually a famous indicator in the trading world. So go to the Indicators tab on your TradingView and type in Ichimoku Cloud, a widely used classic indicator. Click on it and it will appear on your chart in a default form, so we need major modifications to make it perform better. Click on the gear icon to open up the settings. In the Styles tab, uncheck everything except for conversion line. You can also change its color and opacity as you wish. In Inputs, change conversion line length to 27. I have found this specific value to give interesting targets that could potentially turn out to be a profitable trade. Click OK, and this is the indicator we're talking about. Now that we know what this thing is and how it reacts, let's implement a step-by-step strategy to understand how to use it correctly. We are on gold 15-minute time frame to check some criteria. Here you can see an inverted V-shape. I identify it with a flat line. Well, it is very important to notice that an inverted V-shape must appear at the end of an uptrend. It is a sign of potential momentum shift from bullish to bearish. It simply means there has to be an uptrend at first, until this inverted V-shape shows up. Which is the opposite when a normal V-shape appears. This V-shape must appear at the end of a downtrend to become a potential signal, which simply means there has to be a downtrend at first, making lower lows, until this shape shows up, declaring the possibility of a reversal and giving us a possible future return signal. But one common issue about this specific technique is that sometimes when a V-shape appears on the chart, the candles react so quickly and return to that level again. This is so fast, you don't even have enough time to assess and open a trade. So we have to aim for the highest risk-reward ratios to be able to trade, the ones that actually matter and could potentially deliver a well-defined entry. And how are we going to achieve that? Let me show you. See, once you spot a signal, try applying some basic price action to your chart, such as drawing a support or a resistance. A breakout from these zones can actually give you an entry spot away from the V-shape, so you might catch a higher risk-reward ratio if candles move in our direction. The good thing is, if the candles touch the take profit point, you can consider bringing your stop loss to your entry level to trail a stop and look for further targets. So knowing all this, support and resistance zones are extremely valuable in trading with different techniques. In this example, I spot an inverted V-shape, so I identify that with a flat line. You can see candles had an interaction with this support level which have proven valid 2 or 3 times before. This could be a good entry with a reasonable win rate because we now have a good reason to enter a trade. And in this example, the trade turns out to be a good one. You could even bring your stop loss to the entry level and look for higher targets. Simple and clean. Let's explore some advanced features of this indicator to make it more realistic and reliable, to try and improve the probability of successful trades. This is where the traders get stuck, but not us. To make this trading strategy more advanced, we are not going to use another indicator.
Perfect.
So what we do instead is that in Settings, under the Styles tab, I check Baseline and pull up Background, which is the cloud itself. 2 more additional confirmations added. In Inputs, the baseline length and values related to the cloud are okay. But now that we have 2 strong confirmations, I can set the conversion line length to 18. This value has proven to show more V-shapes and be less sensitive. Click OK. And this is the Ichimoku we're going to use to trade potential price returns. The first example, I spot an inverted V-shape and identify it with a line. The conversion line and the baseline overlap and incline upward to take a bullish card. It means candles are possibly going to return to our level. So when candles break out from the cloud, they can be interpreted as a potential sign of momentum shift and a possible entry spot. Our final example to lock it all in. You learned something valuable today that can help you identify possible future returns. However, you have to always trade based on risk management factors and your money management system. These 2 are extremely important in financial education and technical analysis. And notice, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not a financial advice. All content, information, and opinions shared in this video are for educational and entertainment purpose only. If you got any questions, I'm all ears. Leave a comment, I'll answer as soon as I can. Until next episode, take care and manage your risks.